Very good morning, children. Children, we are discussing about the plant tissues, and in that, we have already learned about meristematic tissue, permanent tissue, simple permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissues are again subdivided into three: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Now today we are going to study some new topic, a different topic, that is epidermis. Now what is epidermis? Epidermis is the outermost layer of the plant body. Like in animals, for example human body, we have the outer covering is skin, which we call as epithelial tissues. It's the same way plants having outermost layer, or we can say the outermost covering of the plant body is called epidermis. As it is outer covering, it has a very important function, that is protection. It protects the inner parts of the cell organelle. It has a protective role to play, and hence the cells of epidermal tissue are a continuous layer without any intercellular space. When we see epidermis tissue under microscope, here we can see that it has a continuous layer without any intercellular space. So here we can say that it is made up of single layer of cells, continuous layer without any intercellular space. Some of the epidermal cells, especially on the aerial plants, children, the aerial plants of the plant, they have waxy coating on the surface of the plant body. Now, what is waxy coating? It is actually a water resistant layer which protect against the loss of water. So some of the aerial plants, they have the waxy coating, or we can say it as a water resistant layer on their outer surface. Now some of the plants in the dry habitat means where again the scarcity of water in the desert area, the epidermis has a thick again waxy coating, for which we call as a waterproof quality, or we can say again it has a water resistant property. So here we can say the entire surface of the plant have outer covering, which we call as epidermis. Here you can see the diagram, children. This is the outer covering of the plant. It's a continuous layer, a single layer without any intercellular space. Next point, children. Now these, as I said, that epidermis tissues are present all over the plant body. It is present in leaves, it is present in stem, it is present everywhere in the plant body. So this in the epidermis of the leaf, not stem, not roots, in the epidermis of the leaf, there are small pores are present. Here you can see at the lower surface, we can say, of the leaf, at the lower surface of the leaf, there are small pores are present, and these pores are known as stomata. I repeat again, In the epidermis of the leaves, there are small pores are present at the children at the lower surface of the leaves. Small pores are present. These pores are known as stomata. Now the stomata are enclosed by two kidney-shaped beans. Here you can see a kidney-shaped beans. In this, the stomata is enclosed, and these kidney-shaped cells are known as guard cells. It is known as the guard cells. Now, what is the function of the stomata? The exchange of gases takes place through stomata. What type of exchange of gases? During the daytime, inhalation of CO2 and exhale O2. At night, inhale CO2 and exhale O2. So this type exchange of gases, at night, inhale O2 and exhale CO2. So this exchange of gases takes place through stomata. I repeat again, the main function of stomata: exchanging of gases. During a daytime, plants inhale CO2 and exhale oxygen. During night, inhale oxygen and exhale CO2. So this exchange of gases takes place through stomata. The second function of stomata, that is transpiration. What is transpiration? Transpiration means loss of water. So loss of water can also take place through stomata, because these stomata are present at the base of leaves. Right? So through stomata, the transpiration process, loss of water takes place. So these are the very two important functions of stomata. So what are the two functions of stomata? The first, exchange of gases, and second, transpiration process. Where does this stomata are present? Stomata is present at the base of leaves. Where actually they are located? They are located in the bean-shaped structure, which is called as the guard cell. What are the two functions of stomata? Exchanging of gases and also transpiration. These are two functions of stomata. Now children, the leaves on the land plant, as I said, that the stomata are present at the base of the, or we can say at the lower surface of the leaf. So the leaves of the land plants, they contain stomata on the lower surface, while the leaves of aquatic plants, they contain stomata at the upper surface. Now as these epidermal cells are present all over the plant body, so of course it is present on the roots also, which main function is water absorption, which commonly bear a long hair like paths, and it increase the absorptive property. In some, as I said, desert plant, the epidermis has a thick waxy coating, and this thick waxy coating are known as cutein. It is a chemical substance which has a waterproof quality. It can hold the water on the outer surface to prevent water loss. So here it is given that epidermal cells of roots whose function is water absorbing. As plants grow older, the protective undergo certain changes. Secondary meristem located in the cortex while constitute the cork. Now children, the outer surface is meristematic tissue, but as the plant grow older, it changes into the permanent tissue. But inside the layer, their meristem tissues are present, which we constitute as the cork. Here you can see the cork, in the upper layer this permanent tissue, gradually it get ruptured, this epidermis layer get ruptured, and inside these are the cork, we can say meristematic tissue, again which is responsible for the growth of the plant. These are known as the dead cells. Here we can see the functions of epidermis. The epidermal cells protect the underlying cells. The waxy coating present on the desert plant which prevents the loss of moisture. The transparent epidermal cells allow sunlight to pass through the chloroplast. The stomata of leaves and stem allows the exchanging gases which takes place for the photosynthesis and respiration. Water vapor may be given off through stomata during transpiration. And last, the root hairs absorb water and dissolve ions from the soil. So these are the few functions of epidermis. So I repeat again, children, we are discussing the topic epidermis, which is the outermost layer, of the plant body. It protects the inner part of the body. This epidermis is in a continuous layer, single layer, without any intercellular space. In the leaf of epidermis, small pores are present, which is known as the stomata, and the stomata are enclosed in kidney-shaped cells called guard cells. Exchanging of gases and transpiration takes place through stomata. Exchanging of gases means daytime photosynthesis, and at the night respiration process both takes place through stomata, as well as transpiration process also takes place through stomata. These are the structures of stomata. Here in a bean shaped like structure, guard cells, you can see. In this guard cells the stomata is enclosed, and through respiration and transpiration as well as photosynthesis, or we can say exchanging of gases and transpiration, both takes place. Here at the base of leaf, as I said, the land plant, the stomata is present at the lower surface, and in aquatic plants the stomata are present at the upper surface of the leaf. So children, these are the functions. It is a function of epidermal cells. The epidermal cells are present on the roots. Its main function is water absorption. It is present on the stem. Its main function again to protective, but as the plant grows older, the secondary meristem located in the cortex, which we call as cork. So here this is a diagram, this is a structure which just need to understand. No need to refer or draw the diagram, it's not necessary, but just understand that outer layer is the epidermis, which is a dead cells. So as a plant grow, slowly it get ruptured, this layer, and inside these are the tissues, meristematic tissue, which we call as a secondary meristematic tissue, which is responsible for the growth of the plant. So children, this is all about the epidermal cells, or we can say epidermis tissue. Here you have to remember the points of this epidermis. Then you have to understand this structure, how the epidermis tissues are present. Here, what are the stomata, where it is present, and this is a point where epidermis tissues are present on the roots, and the plants grows older, the changes occur where the meristematic tissues are formed in the cortex, which we call as the cork. So children, this is all about epidermis, which is the outer covering of the plant body. Here these are the diagrams which shows the stomata, epidermal tissues present. These are the different types of epidermis present. These are the stomata on the leaf. In the leaf, these guard cell structures are present. This is roots. In the roots, the epidermal tissues are present. So these are the different structures of epidermal tissues. They are present on the roots. It's present in the leaves. So children, I hope this is clear. Any doubt is there? Any query? Please solve your doubt. Thank you.